What up, YouTube? How is everyone? I hope good. I'm coming here tonight with a video because I want to send out a very loving message to my best friend Josh, my ex-husband, and my daughter's dad. He committed suicide 9 years ago tomorrow. He was 30 years old. He was a great, great guy. Great man. He could have been a pro golf player. He was that great. He was always funny. Had the inner child in him was always out. He loved to play with my daughter, jump on the trampoline, play games, played hide and go seek, and ride bikes, and take him to the park. And then he had, I think, 6 or 7 nieces that were all the same age as my daughter, and went up. So he would just have a heyday with them. Um, he sided houses for a living. He worked very, very hard to support us. He was just a great, great person. First time I ever met him, we were at the bar, and he was playing pool with some friends, and I had went and obviously went to the bar with my friends, and I seen him, and just it was like fell in love with him at first sight. I'm not kidding, he looked just like Kid Rock, and I'm not exaggerating. He was just really innocent, and he was young. He was 5 years younger than me, and we just really hit it off. We did really well. We got married, and we just couldn't get along being married, so we got a divorce, and then we became best friends. And he still is my best friend. I've never met anyone that has ever replaced that. I don't think I ever will. Josh, he was an alcoholic when I met him, at the age of 20. I think he was 21. He was an alcoholic then. He had really bad depression. It was hard on him when we got a divorce, but he was a great dad to my daughter. He never missed a day. He still worked, and he was her hero. She's now 15, and when he committed suicide, she was 6, so it's been rough. I mean, it's been a long road, and um, he just really started struggling. His drinking was out of control. He was in an abusive relationship with somebody that would physically and mentally abuse him. She was cheating on him all the time. She would play mind games. It was awful. Or he would catch her with somebody else, and the guy would beat him up because he wasn't a fighter. And it just really took a toll. And I'm not saying that she's to blame. It's just that's the plain facts of it. Then he started getting in trouble with the law. He got a couple DUIs, and of course his family started coming down on him about it, and then he started kind of veering off into left field a little bit, and so I believe he tried to commit suicide 3 times before he actually did it. He hung himself in his parents' garage. He had it all drawn out on how he was going to do it, and I remember my daughter had gone with my mom to visit my nephew and niece for spring break, and I had seen him the day that she was leaving because I had let her stay the night with him. I went and picked her up. He seemed all right. He gave me a big hug, and that's the last time I ever talked to him. I knew something was wrong the next day because he called me. I mean, every morning at 6 o'clock. It didn't matter if it was Monday or Saturday. He called me every morning at 6 o'clock. And the first day he didn't call me, I just thought, okay, he's just kind of tying one on. I'm just going to leave him alone. I'm not going to worry about him. And then the second day came, and he didn't call. And I've been waiting for his call ever since, because he never called me again. That day, a mother and father lost their son. Sisters and brothers lost their brother. His nieces lost their uncle. My daughter lost her dad. and I lost my best friend. It doesn't matter if it was yesterday or if it's 9 years later. The pain never goes away. Sure, it gets easier to deal with day to day. You don't cry as much, but there isn't a moment that you don't think about him, that you don't wish you could feel his hugs, or to hear his laugh, even to hear his cry. We have a huge problem in this world. Yes, we have a huge problem going on right now, but we have a huge problem because 800,000 people last year committed suicide. And that doesn't seem to be brought to anyone's attention at all. That doesn't seem to be a big deal.